Capital Elementary is the capital of your child's world of learning. Your child will learn to love learning as a process of growing and exploring the world around us. They will make meaningful connections to our community as well as the broader world. Keep watching to learn more about how our school works from the point of view of administrators, teachers, and students. As principal of Capital Elementary School, I am proud to have a teacher and student body that loves the process of learning. Our school was built with a strong school mission and cultural foundation. We remind ourselves of these daily to provide your scholar with an innovative education. Our teachers are working day in and day out for your scholars. Capital Elementary School provides a safe environment where scholars feel challenged to meet their potential through personalized learning experiences in order to contribute to an ever-changing global society. Our four main core values include communication, collaboration, creativity, and critical thinking. These four are very important to our school and our mission. Capital Elementary School exists to provide scholars with an educational experience that values each child as an individual, providing a personalized approach to learning. Further, by embodying the core values of Capital Elementary School, scholars develop the confidence to take risks while becoming self-aware learners. We can support those values by having an innovative use of technology, project-based learning, and a growth mindset in the classroom. Many schools today don't use their time wisely in terms of meetings and collaboration between teachers and other staff members. Teachers become frustrated with their administration, they become stressed, and are less planned for teaching than expected. The lack of professional development leaves teachers unprepared for the changing world of education and innovative technology used in the classroom. But here at Capital Elementary School, my teachers feel successful because there is a better structure of time usage that allows for collaboration, but also to be prepared to teach the scholars. The time is valued, and meeting the needs of my teachers improves the needs of my scholars. When my teachers are improving, our scholars are improving.
At Capital Elementary, we want to provide powerful learning experiences that allow scholars to gain content knowledge through student-led research and also allow hands-on experiences to deepen their understanding. We provide this through project-based learning and outside learning field trips. In this model, our teachers also enjoy coming to work every day.
An example presentation that students could make is a thing link, where students choose a picture and can link information to different portions of the picture to further the understanding of those looking at their thing link. This is just one of many examples that students can present their information about their Native American society.
We find the best way to engage scholars is to let them experience for themselves. Field experiences allow scholars to deepen their understanding of their learning. Field experiences occur in various locations across the United States of America, depending on what scholars have researched during project-based learning sessions. Field experiences culminate the project-based learning experience during the last week of each month. For example, visiting the areas in which the Native American tribes lived provides a real-life experience in the natural environment of that tribe, allows teachers to pose obstacles the tribes may have faced, and challenges groups to work collaboratively to overcome the obstacles, thus leading to scholars receiving a well-rounded learning experience.
Usually by starting with an authentic problem in the community or in the neighborhood, you anchor the unit with a driving question. So students are given this question, for example, what's in our water and how did it get there? And then the students choose different paths to explore that question.
Start to examine what's happening in your local community. What are some problems? What are some needs? Who are people that you can connect with that perhaps can offer insight into a need or an opportunity? Very often when you are able to bring in a person or a group of people or a representative to a community issue, a community need, it becomes very real for kids. We find that the best way is to take the kids out into the community. If that's not possible, then make an invitation to who from that organization can come into your classroom. If that's not feasible, we have done really well with using technology as a means of connecting with people who may not be able to find a way to come into the classroom, to the school, or for us to get to them. So we've found some powerful experiences through Skype, through email, through telephone conferences.
Once you're aware of this type of approach to teaching, it's like you have little antenna out, and you start to look around and you see things that could easily make a good driving question. You might see something in the newspaper, you might see something from a movie, or you hear a conversation, and that is a great way to start a problem in your classroom. So usually these questions are really all around us. It's just kind of paying attention to the things people are talking about.
Additionally, with the Project-Based Learning Lab at CES, scholars will have the access to tablets or Chromebooks for research, text from the library, and other design models. The lab also boasts varied seating arrangements to allow additional flexibility for learning styles. Traditional desks, collaborative table spaces, couches, and standing spaces are all available in the Learning Lab for all learners' styles. All in all, at Capital Elementary, we strive to make learning meaningful and engaging.
I like being a scholar at Capital Elementary. This school is so different from the school where I used to go. Every part of my day is so much fun, but it's all so different. When I get to school, I start with morning meeting. Since I'm in 4th grade, I get to help out the little kids with getting ready for their day. There are special teachers who have the whole job of helping me help those kids set goals for their day, so I get to help them learn better. We learn about setting goals and how our brain gets smarter and stronger as we learn too. It's fun to kind of be the teacher during morning meeting because I know they are listening and watching me to see what's the right thing to do. Miss M is the teacher who helps me set my own goals, and she also helps me know how to be a better leader in my group, too. Sometimes she helps me with how to study and do better in my learning stuff, and sometimes we talk about how I can help out other kids, too. One of the awesome things about Capital is that my whole morning is learning just for me. The teachers at the school look at how I'm doing in everything, and they give me a plan every day for how I can get better. Sometimes I work by myself on my iPad, and sometimes I get to play games with other kids to help me learn. Everything I'm doing is special for me, and I'm never bored with something that I already know. That doesn't mean it's easy though. Since the teachers pick stuff that's only what I need, it ends up being a challenge every single day. It's also great that I'm never bored just listening to a teacher go blah blah blah. The mornings aren't only time for me to work by myself. Sometimes in my plan, I find that it's a day I'm meeting with a teacher in one of the lesson rooms. When I have a lesson meeting, I get to meet with other kids who have to learn the same things I do. They aren't always the same kids either. I get to work with different kids all the time as long as they are the kids who need to know the same things as me. The teachers who teach us in the lesson room really know their stuff too. They always have fun stuff for the group to work on and play while we learn, which always makes it fun. Lunch is awesome because we get to choose when we want to eat and when we want to play. We can also research during lunch. Right now, I'm starting to build my own robot. There are teachers to help get the supplies we need and show us some hints of what to do to help. But this is totally me. I wanted to learn about robots, so I'm using my middle of the day time to do it. I'm hoping to get a robot to know how to high five. The afternoon is totally different from the morning. It's really not like learning at all. We basically just get to have fun. The last project we did, we got to pretend to be Native Americans in the Southwest, which is basically like the desert. We read about the Indian people and talked with our friends about how they lived. After we totally knew how a Navajo Indian would think and live, we were all given problems that the Indians might face. My problem was that there was no water and my group had to figure out what to do, or we would die. My friend Kevin remembered in our reading that sometimes you can get water because it runs down and gets saved in can. I'd never seen a canyon before, so we got to look at tons of pictures and videos. We decided that our tribe would probably use the canyons to collect our water. And we made some pottery to collect water just like the Native Americans would do. We had to learn a lot about pottery first, though. After we finished learning about our tribe, we actually got to go there. We flew for a week to Arizona to check out where the Navajo actually lived. We got to live exactly how they lived, and I got to see one of those awesome canyons in real life. We actually brought our pottery to collect water at the bottom of the canyon. It was a hard job, but it was awesome to know that it would really work, for real. Capital is the best. What other school do you get to build something and take it to the real place to see if it works?
To make all of this possible, we at Capital Elementary value the relationships we build with those who work directly and indirectly with our students. Each person's responsibility plays a vital role in the success of our scholars of learning. The support Capital Elementary receives allows the master teachers, administrators, and staff to provide the best possible education. Collaboration is key in making everything move and work for our school. We begin by working and planning together the curriculum and content focus. With the long-term planning, we can identify what additional tools, resources, and financial support we need to meet the demands of our innovative curriculum. This is critical to the advancement of Capital Elementary. We do this by creating partnerships. By looking outside of our school walls and into the community, we are finding ways to be the most effective in our teaching and learning from the experts right here in our neighborhood. It might be as simple as bringing them into our school to help heighten our learning experiences. So much of what we do is because of our community outreach staff members. These staff will look for community members or businesses that can support us by donating money, supplies, or experiences of in-house field trips. They are the driving force for planning fundraising and marketing events to recruit community members. Our hope is the relationships that we build will begin to see more long-term funding for our school. In doing so, we will be able to build a more broad and diverse student body and strengthen the educational experiences that can reach all of our students. The neighborhood we serve is so vital to us, so we have asked business and community leaders to participate in an advisory board. Along with our faculty, their input supports future projects and endeavors that our school would be interested in participating in. Their professional knowledge provides a diverse perspective and expertise in building, designing, and planning. Our advisory board helps us to make financial and academic decisions to ensure the best teaching and learning is conducted here. Of course, Capital Elementary would not be what it is today without the parents and volunteers and universities that support our daily progress. They participate and contribute to our school's operations and culture. With our limited resources, parents support during our lunch and recess block. They are also being utilized in the classroom as reading buddies and helping to facilitate our projects in the afternoon. Of course, parents and family involvement goes beyond the classroom, as they support many learning experiences and excursions we have throughout the year. We have begun to build partnerships with some educational institutions. Here, novice teachers and students in specific programs have helped us with expanding opportunities for our scholars. This includes mentoring, after-school tutoring, and after-school clubs. Now our scholars have the ability to learn more outside of the classroom and build on their passions. We hope you can see all that Capital Elementary has to offer. Capital Elementary, the capital of your child's world of learning.